What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It's the second day of June, and here we are with 21 hours, 40 minutes left in the day, sitting here at $2.16. We moved up a little bit yesterday, moved up the day before, right? It's very possible that 2 days ago, that was the low there. I think it's important to address that very much could have been the low at $2.08. It's still very, very possible that we could go slightly lower, seeing prices that are just above $2, just below $2, $1.88, I believe, at the lowest is what I would think. That's not even a 10% drop from that low there. So we're very, very near the low. If not, that's very possible to have been the low. If we take this right here, this low that we had back on April 7th to the high that we had on May 12th, that low to high there, we reached for the 0.5. We found support around this area. I don't think I don't think we need to go lower. If we were to move up here and move higher, we could literally say that we found support at the 0.5. Even though we didn't touch it, I would still say that we found support around the 0.5 there. Finding resistance at the 382 over the past 2 days does make me consider that we could not only go back to the 0.5, but potentially even return to lower prices down at the golden ratio. $1.95 to $1.88, something like that could very well happen. And that's fine. Go to the golden ratio. Find support there. Bounce. That's okay. It wouldn't surprise me at all if you not only went below this low, but reached for the golden ratio without actually getting there, much like you did with the 0.5 here. Just because XRP is such a heavily anticipated and sought after crypto, I could imagine that the most relative low to high golden ratio is going to be a highly sought after area to buy as well. Probably well protected down there, right? That's just my expectation. Let's look at the short-term time frames, and then we'll zoom out from there. Okay, 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this, looking at the RSI, it does look bearish, actually. I have to say, this actually does look bearish. I don't think that we move up from here. It makes me think one of two things. One, we're going to form some kind of a double bottom. Or two, we really will go below this low here. Either way, I think we're going lower from the current price, yeah. Double rejection off the 60. Higher highs in the RSI while giving like, I mean, you didn't really get a higher. I guess you got a higher high here, but not on this one. I don't know. It seems weak to me. It seems really, really weak. Like you were trying to break out and you just couldn't do it. There's no volume to follow through. Volume starting to follow through to the downside here. I think that you will continue to build to the downside. That's the expectation. On a 1 hour time frame, it could last today. It could last today, tomorrow. You know, the time frame is not completely clear as far as how long it'll take us to resolve this downside. But I would think that today closes red, and you'll probably be back down at prices that are around $2.10, if not below there, by the end of today, the 2nd of June. Okay, that's my expectation. XRP moves slow sometimes, though, so, you know, don't hold, you know, take that with a grain of salt, I should say. 4 hour time frame here. Also rejecting the 50 area, where the 1 hour is rejecting the 60, okay? That's the bullish area of control, rejecting that there. The 4 hours rejecting the 50, rejecting this area here. You've been rejecting the 50 time and time again. Looks like you're set up to go back down to the oversold zone. Maybe you bounce off of it, maybe you get into it, but something of that magnitude absolutely would take you below this low here. So I guess I am shifting my view towards back to the idea that this is not the low. It's still important to consider that it could be the low. I meant that in the beginning. I mean it now. It's very important to consider it as a low. It's very possible we could get some kind of double bottom and bounce right off that 0.5. But at this point in time, especially with the reaction that we're having here at the 382, I'm anticipating a move down to the golden ratio. So something just below $2, something at $1.95. Had a little bit of hopes over the past 48 hours here, but I think it's becoming clear we didn't do what we needed to do with this move up in order to validate this as a low. And now I think the ball's going back into the bears' courts, and where it resides will probably be down at this golden ratio between $1.88 to $1.95. Okay, so that's the expectation for XRP. Do not be surprised, and this will probably take. Looking at this on a 4 hour time frame, I would guess that this happens within the next 1 to 3 days, 5 days tops. But within the next 1 to 3 days, today's Monday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Between now and Wednesday, would that be the 4th? I think that's the 4th. It could be 5 days tops, but I don't think it takes 5 days. I'm going to guess between now and the next 3 days, between now and Wednesday, that we find our low, and then maybe the rest of the week we spend kind of coming back up to this exact price. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if this week was a big old just kind of neutral nothing at the end of the day. I don't expect XRP to be in any jeopardy at all. I think it's in jeopardy of giving you a better price to buy at, but nothing that's going to result in you seeing, you know, a serious loss on the value. You're you're more in jeopardy right now with XRP of missing out on a phenomenal pump if you're not invested, rather than a dramatic dump if you are invested, right? The dump that's coming, and it's not even going to be a dump. I mean, what, from 216 to $1.95? Is that even a dump in crypto? I don't know. Like that's nothing. It's nothing compared to what's coming. At the end of the day, and I'll just say this, I don't want to go into the whole long-term analysis because we've done this plenty of times, but at the end of the day, I very much believe that when we break out of this range, XRP is going to see new all-time highs. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to top off somewhere between about like $11 and $16. I think specifically $13 to $14 there, and it's going to happen sometime in July. We'll make the move this month. We're going to make the move up. That's going to happen like next week. Maybe not this week, but next week, right? And going into the end of this month, we're going to make the move. It's going to start here, but it'll end in July. That's my expectations. Other than that, I got nothing else to say, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I really do appreciate you all for watching this. Looking at the weekly RSI here, you're in a good area to bounce, man. There's nothing wrong with this at all. Go a little bit lower even, and you're fine. You know what I mean? But overall, your weekly RSI is very robust. I think on Coinbase it actually looks different. Yeah, a little bit different. You don't have as much history, but very robust overall. You're in a prime position to bounce or break out to the upside, and I think it's just a matter of time before that happens. So take care. See you on the next one. Hit that like button. Bye-bye.